Narkis kopti, rani kosti. You wasting your bullets.
All right, folks, we're here with Manu Bennett here at Salt Lake Comic-Con. How are you enjoying the conference?
Mate, we all just kind of landed. You know, it's crazy with these conventions. You sort of you fly in and then suddenly you embrace this big explosion of people's attention to storytelling. You know, it's interesting. Each city that you go to is different in the way that they receive these conventions. Salt Lake City being a city, I think, that's based upon family and quite strong moral values in this city. It's interesting how Salt Lake City embraces a Comic-Con. It's one of the best ones on the circuit, I feel, because there seems to be quite a dignity here in this city. You know, I mean, there's this wonderful push by Dan Farr to make it a true fan experience. You know, there's other conventions that are there to punch the ticket and get the dollars and whatnot, but Dan really does make it a people's convention, and you know, it's an honor to be a part of it.
Now, I have to ask, how is it being known for like really cool characters like Crixus from Spartacus or Slade Wilson, which is my favorite portrayal of Deathstroke out there? So it's awesome.
Well, you know, I mean, one of the greatest honors I have playing those roles is that as the people are moved by it, and when I come to these conventions, it's almost like the 360-degree evolution of what I do, because you know we shoot these projects in studios that are a long way from the public.
Yeah.
They end up going through a long post-production process, and they come out and they're witnessed by the fans, and we don't really get to meet the fans and talk to them about our projects so intimately than we do at a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
And so for me, I get a lot of feedback about how my portrayal of these characters, or how the series portrayal of such storylines affects people. And I think that's the most important result. And you know, to know that the shows that I've been involved in have been popular, you know, is you know, it's humbling because it connects you to people.
Yeah.
And if you take it the right way, then you realise the potential you have of being involved in more story, stronger story, getting together with great storytellers and really affecting people in ways that can change people and can change the way we live, you know, the societies we live in.
Yeah. So, I mean, what future projects do you have coming up?
Well, I've just finished a show called Shannara. Al-Anon is a druid that has lived for so long and seen so much hurt and pain, and his one job in the whole circle of things is really just to use his powers and his wisdom and his knowledge to protect and lead. He's trying to help these young elves accomplish victory at all costs. This is very exciting. You know, having been on the sort of the forefront of Stars, you know, when Stars broke out with Spartacus, you know, to make their network well known. When CW broke their demographic and became a bigger network with Arrow, you know, MTV are now doing the same thing. You know, mostly known as a music channel, they're now broadening their scope to become a much more, you know, overview of entertainment. So you know, they've got Teen Wolf, you know, they've got a couple of really great shows, but I think Shannara is really going to be their flagship for really sort of trying to up the bar for television production. I mean, at the end of the day, Shannara is Lord of the Rings Hobbit material, and they're very smart to have chosen New Zealand as the location to film it, because all of the crews there, all of the people in production over there have made Lord of the Rings, Lion, Witch and the Wardrobe, and all of these fantasy genres. So the set builders, the costume, the makeup, all of these people know how to do it very well. So all I've got to do is take that, put that pen to paper and write the right storylines, and in the hands of these people in New Zealand, we can make this show as vivid as what Terry Brooks wrote on the page.
It's amazing.
Terry's going to be here this weekend, and we're going to go into more detail about how we made the show. The other characters that are involved in it. We have Jonathan Rhys-Davies, of course, one of the great actors, and a host of young actors that are really going to come out, I think, in a way that the public are going to go really crazy about the show. We have Austin Butler in the lead role. He's just such a wonderful young actor, and he's good looking. And I think next year when I come here, I won't even get a word in because all the girls will be screaming, Austin, Austin.
Nice. All right, well, thanks for your time.
Yeah, my pleasure.
And so this is Manu Bennett. Check him out if you haven't seen him on The Arrow or Spartacus or even Azog the White in The Hobbit.